What is happening, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Project, coming to you live breaking down this upcoming six-game NBA slate for tomorrow. I'm gonna go and dig right into this early, um, because like I work tomorrow morning, so I'm looking to go to bed early. So I figured let's just go and knock this out. I know this slate is live from earlier, but like I said, I just want to go and dig this game out while all my updates come through. Because I just restarted my computer, but before we begin, always hit the like button for me. Definitely subscribe, and let's just kick it off with the first game, which Toronto at Indiana. We have a six-game slate, so no Pascal Siakam still. So Van Fleet 8-2. That's too cheap for Van Fleet. I like the upside he brings to the table. It's hard not love him, especially without Siakam. Scotty Barnes 7-9. I much of the drop down to OG Anunoby at 7-3. Gary Trent. It depends on how he does tonight. If I'm going to like him again, but he's very score dependent. If he can get hot though, he can get hot, and I did play him tonight. And then depending on how Thad Young, Otto Porter shake out on this slate today, I'll like either one who gets with the more minutes. Thad Young saw 27 2 slates ago, and so did Otto Porter saw 23. So depending on how tonight goes, it's kind of how I'm going to kind of vary it out. On the Indiana side, though, Tyrese Halliburton 8-9. He's a good run back option. I do love Miles Turner here at 6-3. That is too cheap for Miles Turner in the role he plays now. I mean, 31, 62, 40. He can drop 40 points easily. I like that. I like that at 6-3. And then Mr. Rookie of the Year, but in the Mathurin, he's looked good. He's inconsistent, I know, but when he pops, he pops. So he's very boomer bust, but we know the ceiling and we know the downfall. So the rest of the team, though, I'm staying away. I'm just going to stay away. Boston and Detroit. On the Boston side, Jaylen Brown's still at a discount price at 85. I like him compared to Jason Tatum. I'm always going to like Jaylen Brown a little bit more. If there's no Malcolm Brogdon, which I don't think there will be in this game, I'd say sooner than later, that doesn't really tell us anything. But if he's out, once again, I'll go to Grant Williams. I'll go to Derek White at 4-3 or 4-1. Al Horford, this is a good spot at 5-4, but again, I might go to other bigs. And then Marcus Smart, 5-6, just meh, the mid range. Big news on this team is Kate Cunningham. If he's out once again, I'm going to go right back to the one, Jaden Ivey at 5-7. I love that spot for him. Big Stewie, 5-5, meh. Jaden Ivey will be a lock if there's no Kate Cunningham at 5-7. And the rest of the team, I'm not really going to get to the dust of Corey Joseph at 3-3. But let's go to Atlanta and Philly. On the Atlanta side, everybody's more healthier than Bog. So Trey Young and DeJounte Murray, I'm always going to pivot to DeJounte Murray at 10,000 compared to Trey Young. But you can go to either one. This is a tough matchup, though. But John Collins, 6'2", not really my favorite. Capella against Embiid. Conley against Embiid, no thank you, and no thank you. DeAndre Hunter, 5'2", just is stuck in the mid range in the garbage. On the Philly side, no James Harden still. So Tyrese Maxey, 8,000 is still a good price tag. I still like it. Tobias Harris, he's going to get you minutes. Can his shot fall, as you can see, and the 3-point shot. But it's a good option in the mid range at 7-5. But again, I'd much rather go elsewhere, but just because of the price tag, I'd rather go to Tyrese Maxey. DeAnthony Melton, 6'4". Not really my favorite. I'd rather go to other value. And then that kind of wraps up this team for us. Let's go to the fourth game in Charlotte at Miami. On the Charlotte side, no Gordon Hayward, no Low Ball, and no Cody Martin. So Dennis Smith Jr. is questionable. If he's out, I'm going to go to Terry Rozier. This is a tough matchup, though. That's my only downfall of this. But we saw this game not too long ago where he looked good. So I don't mind that at 8-6. Kelly Oubre, it's very scoring dependent again. I know I keep saying that, but that's how just it is with some guys. He's going to take a shot. When it falls, it falls. When it doesn't, it doesn't. As you can tell with 8 for 20 and then 11 for 20. So when it falls, it's going to fall. But when it doesn't, that's when it's going to hurt you. PJ Washington and Mason Plumlee. Okay. I mean, I don't mind going to Mason Plumlee. But I think his ownership will be pretty high based on how the recent games have gone. On the Miami side, the big news is Tyler Hero. If he's out once again, we need to watch the status for him. But if he's out, I'm going to go to Jimmy Butler 9-1. I think he can easily do this again. I think this is a great matchup. And then Bam Adebayo, good spot for him. Kyle Lowry, 7-2. It's just tough because I'd rather get to him when he's like lower than 6K. That's the thing. Gabe Vincent, 4-6. It could be an okay value. He's going to get minutes. It's just his shot needs to fall. Duncan Robertson, 3-8. It's going to be a GBP option only. He saw 23 minutes. Again, he's very, very, very scoring dependent. Way more scoring dependent than everybody else. Portland and Dallas. On the Portland side, the big news is Nurkic, Grant, Winslow, and Sharp. All these guys. This is going to determine the slate. Because I'm going to get to some Dame time at 9-6. I'm not going to really get the Simons at 8-1. Josh Hart 6-8 is a little bit expensive. Eubanks at 4-1 would be a good spot for him if there's no Nurkic. I will smash 4-1 Drew Eubanks just because of the matchup, because I don't trust Dwight Powell or Joel McGee. Big news is Christian Wood. He should be playing, so I don't mind him at 6-7 in this matchup. I'm not going to get Spencer Dinwiddie now just because of Christian Wood being back. It's going to take away his usage. Luka, I know he chalked lastly, but this is a bounce back spot because not a lot of people are going to go to him just because of how he looked last slate. So for me, I'll go right back to him. I'm going to go right back to the well. Last game, Houston at the Pelicans. On the Houston side, KPJ is okay at 7-6. This is a fast-paced matchup, but I'd rather just drop down to Jalen Green for cheaper. Singing at 6-9, as long as the minutes are there, he's going to look good. The rest of the team, Tari Eason, do we need to be on the lookout for him? Because he's looked good. He's looked good, 21, 20, 24. I mean, off the bench, I'll take it all day. On the Pelicans, with this team fully healthy, it's hard to trust any of these guys just because we don't know who's going to pop. But for me, I will go to Joval at 7-4. I think that would be my favorite option. And then I don't mind going to Herbert Jones for just a value option. But the rest of the sleep for us is, though, thank you for tuning in. It was a great sleep for us tonight. Have a good one, everybody.